Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 280. It is now 3:30 in the morning, and that's a problem, and I'll tell you why. I am still in Las Vegas. This is the beginning of my last day in Vegas for now. And so far, it's been some ups and downs, but mainly going in the positive direction. And it was a necessary trip, and I'm glad I made it, and I got a lot of information. I have a lot of analysis to do. However, I do need to worry about work because I've been calling in sick now for 3 days, and I didn't even think about tomorrow is going to be a fourth day. That probably doesn't look good. So what I'm thinking about doing is having my wife log on my computer and have the mouse jiggler going, and that will make it look like I'm active and online. And then I'll have Teams on my phone, and if anyone says anything like, hey, could you get this done for me, I'll just say, yeah, I'm just catching up on some stuff. I'll have it done for you by tonight. And then when I get home after midnight tonight and the next day, I will get that work done before going to work Friday morning, which I'll do from home. I will not be traveling tomorrow. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But that means I have to wake up in 2.5 hours to tell my wife to do this. So yeah, it's going to be tight. So I'm going to try to sleep here for 2.5 hours, and then I'll get up, talk to her, and we'll go back down and try to make some money. Since I talked to you at the end of the last episode, I did play a table game one more time, and I ended up ahead $474, so plus 474. And yeah, I'm really starting to feel like there might be something to this. I need to do some analysis as far as when you have a small sample size, about how much weight to give it and how much to distrust it. So I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of room for it not to be correct information, I guess you could say, but complete information. So I'm cautiously optimistic here. We'll see what happens, but I did make that 474, and right now I'm in the room getting ready for bed. I'll be up in a couple hours, and I'll let you know what's going on. All right, good morning, guys. 7 a.m. now, and called my wife hour or so ago and had her set up my laptop so it shows that I'm online. I've got my Teams up on my phone, so if anyone messages me, I'll be able to see it, and that should get us by for the day. And we don't have to worry about taking today as a day off or explaining it as a day off. And so right now we are going to head out for the day. Our goal is to probably hit 4 tables today, maybe 5. I'd love to do that and just really bring it in if I can today. Hopefully don't get too much resistance today. I really want to be laser focused. So our goal right now, hit one place, then we're going to go to Caesars and get our stuff out of the room, and then we'll figure out where to go from there. So right now we're going to play a little bit of slots, a little bit of tables, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back, and first session, pretty good. Started off a little bit rough. I was down quite a bit and was able to make it roaring back, actually, and I was able to calm down, relax, not sweat it, and I was able to come back and actually walk away from the table ahead $905. So plus 905. I really want to focus on today being the day that we really try to rack it up. 5,000, I don't think 5,000 is going to be that hard to ask, or that much to ask. I really feel like we could do it. So right now, I'm going to get all my stuff packed up and get it in the car, and probably go over to Caesars and get all that stuff packed up, and then we'll go from there. That way everything will be in the car. I won't have to worry about rooms or anything, and I'll be free. So right now it's 8 o'clock. Should be, let's see, should probably have the car dropped off by 4. So that's 8 hours. So 8 hours, $5,000, 4,000 more. In 8 hours, 500 an hour. That seems reasonable. I mean, we could do it. So, but you can do it one step at a time. You can't do it in one bite. You got to take little pieces. So let's go take care of this personal business, and then we'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So got the stuff from the room. I'm heading over to Caesars to get the rest of my stuff out of there. And they are just finishing up the track and everything for the race that's coming up. Kind of crazy, the amount of work that they put into it, the amount of money that it costs to put this thing on. It's so ridiculous. And they put up all the barriers everywhere, and they still had the old logos from the casinos and stuff on there. They didn't put it out in any, like, order or anything. So they're removing every single logo off everyone. I'm talking about thousands of these things. They're going through right now, removing all the stickers, all the logos off all of them. I'm talking about each one is probably 10 feet by 3 feet tall or 2.5 feet tall. And they're removing thousands of these things and probably going to put up new ones. So you can actually see where some of them are on top of old logos. That's amazing to me. So, I mean, people say things like, we shouldn't have golf courses because then rich people are enjoying all this space and all this stuff. Well, look at this. What a wasteful event this is. You're wasting fuel. You're slowing down the whole area. Traffic comes to a halt. All this metal and concrete and everything everywhere. It's really nuts. I mean, I'm all for making money, but this is just ridiculous. Why don't they just have a track built? I know that's supposed to be going through a city and all that stuff, but I don't get it. Anyway, talked to my wife, let her know what was going on, what my plans were for the day and stuff. And I've been on with work all day. Now that she has my teams on, they see that I'm available. People are asking me questions. We're communicating. It looks like I'm sitting right there. So it's all good. So by the time work ends, I'll be heading toward the airport anyway. And I told her already what time to turn off the computer. So we should be good. So anyway, that's what's going on right now. And I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back, and I am at Caesars just packing up and getting ready to leave. I did have another session here. Sat at the tables for, 40 minutes or so. Top bet was, I was going from 50 to 250, 50, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, played for about 40 minutes, I think, really, and ended my session ahead, $999. So right now, I'm getting all these vouchers figured out, where these vouchers belong to, and making sure that I get everything cashed out before I leave. I also did play some slots and ended the session down $19, so minus 19. Wow, I don't know where this $177 voucher came from. When was this? Today? Wait a minute here. Huh. Oh, okay, the other one was from yesterday. Yeah, I ended up down $23 actually. So minus 23 on the slots. And next stop is going to be the Win. I'm going to go to the Win, try to play some slots, play some blackjack, and then we'll figure things out from there. Plus $9.99 on the tables and minus 23 on the slots. I'll be back. All right, guys, so far so good today. I was actually on my way out. I had just cashed my voucher in, and I saw another play on the way out, and I went from being down 23 or whatever it was to being ahead 261. So this is shaping up to be a really nice day. Hopefully it keeps going like this for the next 5 or 6 hours. I I ended up with like 40 cents on a voucher, and for the first time ever, I just donated it because at this point, what am I going to do? Hold on to a 40-cent voucher till next time I come to Vegas? So I just donated that. All right. So right now we're done with the Venetian as far as hotel. We're done with Caesars as far as hotel. So all that is taken care of. And right now I'm just basically organizing stuff in the car, getting rid of trash and stuff like that. And right now we're driving over to the Wynn, and hopefully we get a little bit of blackjack in before we move on. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you. All right, everybody, I am back, just leaving the Wynn. Played some slots, played some tables. Slots, lukewarm, nothing really happening. Played a couple spins, they didn't work out, minus $1. And tables actually was pretty good. I think it's pretty average to have a 1.5 deck penetration on a 6 deck with hit 17 here. It's just the way it is. You probably just have to go to a lot of smaller places to get better than that, but I'm pretty pleased with the outcome. Was at that table for about 35 minutes and ended up walking away plus 840. Let's go, baby. Let's go. It's like we saved it all for the last day. Let's go. It's still morning, guys. Still morning. So plus 840 more. And we're going to go back for more. So we'll see what happens right now. Taking a walk over to the Venetian, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys. I am back. Venetian. You have to go into the high limit to get something that's not 6 to 5. So you got to be really careful. Just went in there for a short time. Then 2 guys sit down next to me, so I end up getting up and leaving. But it was a good time to get in and out, actually. I ended up ahead 756 more, plus 756. And this guy that sat down, I'm like, letting you know, it's been up and down, be careful. He's like, really? And he was like, kind of thinking about leaving, but it was negative running count anyway, so who cares? So I ended up leaving that, probably saved some money waiting for the count to turn around. But yeah, I don't know what we're at, 3,000, 3,500 today. It's unbelievable how fast it turned around. So let's just keep going with it. I can hardly believe it, honestly. So I had a trip here 20 years ago when I first got married. We got married in Vegas, and we were going from like one casino to the next and didn't know what I was doing. And I ended up making over $10,000 just going to a table, buying in for 500, making 400 or 500, walking to the next table. Sometimes variance is on your side, sometimes it's not, and luckily right now it's going okay, so we're just going to take advantage of it whenever we can. I need to find a place to sit down and rest a little bit. Been doing a lot of walking today. It's not even noon, and I'm at 9,700 steps. So anyway, I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back, and got another big blackjack session in at the Wynn. I was there for about almost an hour. Didn't really have that much bad variance, really. It was all pretty good most of the time, and when it was a bad hand I lost, when it was a good hand I won. It was pretty standard, so nothing too unusual, nothing too crazy. But whenever I'm just watching the people around me look at me. Whenever the count started going up, it was working out a lot of the time and just started moving in the right direction. And I was there for sure less than an hour, maybe 40 minutes or so, and ended up leaving ahead $1,730, $1,730. And it's like, where has this been all my life? If I had every day like this, I could work once a week or, work 4 days a month and take the rest of the month off. It's pretty amazing. So hopefully it keeps going. I have time probably for one more session somewhere, and we'll see what happens with that. But I'm beat. Already walked 14,950 steps, and you got about hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes before I have to start getting things ready to go to the return the car and go to the airport. So that's what's going on right now. Going well. I actually, while I was at the Wynn, I got some yogurt, only $12.50, but it was good yogurt. So with the granola and all that stuff. So I think, is that the only thing I've eaten today? I think so. So probably want to get something to eat also. So we'll go play some blackjack somewhere, get some food, and then probably wrap things up here pretty soon. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. Played one more session on the tables, and I'm beat. I'm so tired. It's still early, but I'm tired. I'm going to call it a day. Tables are full, too many people, too much going on, too busy, no opportunity anymore. But I had a nice little run there, and this last one was another plus 542. So, man, I have no idea what that is, like 5,000 or 6,000, maybe more for today. So, can't complain about that. I'm gonna head to my car and probably go find a nice local place to go get some food, maybe Euro or something. And I'll be back. Looks like there's some people singing here on the sidewalk, so it's gonna get loud. I'll be back. Oh, you want to hear it? Here, let's hear it for a second. Not exactly A1 there, but I'll be back. Alright guys, back in the car. It's been a very long, tiring day. Good day, but long and tiring. Yesterday, right before I went to bed, I was leaving a table and I was looking at something, not paying attention, and I jammed my foot in a chair and my thumb got jammed, and it's been killing me, and my toe's been killing me, and I have a blister on the same toe, so it's definitely, I've had enough. I mean, in the future, I don't know what else I could do. We really did a great job, I feel, doing my research, doing my running around, playing blackjack, working hard, doing slots, doing everything. That's just, it really was a good trip. And even though I didn't make a fortune the first couple of days, I was doing the right things and moving in the right direction. I just feel bad for my friend, Walter White, because every time we go together, we lose. And I think it's because sometimes we take some looser plays, because we go to some smaller casinos, but still had a good time with him and his wife, and hopefully I'll be back soon. With everything that I've learned, I'll probably be back probably January at the latest, maybe earlier. So I'll plan for that. The next thing that I need to plan for right now is a family trip for Christmas. And I was sitting at a table with this guy, and he was from North Carolina, and he said Southern North Carolina has some nice beaches and stuff that are a little bit calmer than like Kitty Hawk and all that. The water's really, really tough there. Really steep slope into the water and really big waves, so it's tough on the kids. So we'll definitely give that one a try and see if I can find something good in that area. Flights are pretty expensive right now, but hopefully with the government shutdown ending, flights should drop quite a bit, hopefully. I mean, if you can only run 5 flights instead of 10, you're going to charge more to try to keep up with all your bills and expenses and salaries and all that. So hopefully that all decreases. Yeah, so I did put this place in the map. It's a Euro shop. It's called, like, let me see if I'm going the right direction even. Euro Kingdom. I mean, that's my place, man. Euro Kingdom sounds really, really good. It's in the middle of nowhere. It looks like 3 miles away from the strip, away from all this action. So maybe they actually know what they're doing over there. So we're going to do that. We're actually going to take a breath, a sigh of relief, and we're not under scrutiny, we're not being watched, we're not all this stuff. And it's hard on you. I mean, when you play 5 or 6 sessions back to back, and you have to learn new people every time, and if they're watching you or not, and what your bet spread is, you got to keep your deviations in mind. You have to do all these different things, all that stress, all at the same time. And you have a schedule, you want to get to this other place, and all that kind of stuff. You know, one thing I do is, if I'm stuck, I'll stay a little bit longer, but once I reach my goal when I'm ahead, I get out of there. The less they see me, the better. But I feel like it gives me cover when I'm down and I'm raising my bets, trying to get my money back, quote, trying to, you know, if you remember, the lady at the Win a couple trips ago said, oh, you're a pretty good player, but you play with negative progression. And basically she's saying that when I lose, I raise my bet. Well, yeah, I do, but I would have raised my bet that much anyway if I wasn't worried that it was going to be too big of a spread. But now that I'm down, I'm using that as cover to do that, and it worked. You know, and she's been doing this for whatever, 25, 35 years, whatever. So anyway, I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. Man, guys, that was so much fun. I tried to go to this Euro place, and it's like it doesn't exist. There's like a big parking garage there. I don't know what the heck is going on. So I find this other place. It's called like Mediterranean something. It's really a Greek place, but it has like Mexican music, but it's a Greek place. It's kind of weird, but I go in this place, and the food was awesome, man. It took me a minute to explain to the guy that I'm not eating any bread right now because he kept offering it to me. But I got a Euro plate, just a plate with Euro on it, a salad, and some hummus on the side. And it was so good. I ate every little bit of it, and he gave me so much of the Euro meat. It was really, really good. Really enjoyed it. And then as I was pulling in initially, I'm like, huh, that's interesting. There's like a gambler store across the street. It's like a casino supply store type of place. So I'm like, you know, I'm going to have to go over there. So I go over there. A lot of the stuff is just older stuff, and it's not anything that I would want. They have some older tables, like a blackjack table from Paris for like $2,500. It's a little tiny table. You know, I wouldn't pay that, but they did have some cool stuff. And you remember when I bought those prostitution coins from the desert in Arizona? This guy had all these old coins from casinos that don't exist anymore. They're all made out of metal. And, you know, I think those are reasonably valuable. They're nice, they're cool, they're history. And he only wanted like $3 for them, but I said, what kind of deal would you give me if I wanted like a lot of them? And he's like, well, how many are you talking about? I said, well, how many different ones do you think you have? And he's like, well, we have a lot. I said, okay, do you think you can give me 50 different ones? And he's like, yeah. He worked hard. We made a deal for $2 a piece for 50 of them. So I got 50 of these coins, and I'd say all but maybe 1 or 2 of those casinos are no longer around. They're all local to the Vegas area or Nevada, but mainly Vegas area, and they're all gone. They're like grocery stores and all these weird casinos that don't exist anymore. And I got them all for $2 a piece. So it was $100 for 50 coins. And he bagged them up for me real nice and gave me another bag to put that bag in and everything. And we talked for a long time. It was really, really enjoyable. You know, I would rather have won another 500, obviously, but this was a good conversation. I really enjoyed talking to the guy, and I'll try to come back here again sometime. So anyway, right now I'm running late all of a sudden. I had all the time in the world, but now I'm running late. So I need to be, my flight boards around 5 o'clock, and right now it is 4 o'clock. Oh, I'm sorry, it is 3:40, but it'll be 4 o'clock by the time I get to the car rental place, because I'm looking at the map. That's why it says 4 o'clock. So we'll get there and drop off the car, get the shuttle to the other place, and then get that shuttle to the other place, and we should be getting to our area to board right around the time that they start boarding. So we're not going to have too much time to waste. I will need to stop and get fuel. Let me see how many miles it is. 10 miles. I'll get like halfway there and stop and get gas, and we'll head to the airport. But I enjoyed myself. Um, I guess I usually talk about like the weather and all that, and I really haven't. It's been so nice. The high was supposed to be like 70 today, but it's actually still 82. So it's a nice day. Um, Not like killer heat or anything like that. I like November, December, January in Vegas. It's like in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and you can just enjoy yourself. No coat needed. It's not too cold. So I really enjoy it, and hopefully, like I said, in a month or two, I'll be back, and we'll be making more money from here. But let's do our segments here real quick, because by the time I land, it's going to be after midnight, and it'll be a new episode. What did you eat today, MW? And I'm trying to think. Didn't I eat something earlier today? I can't. Oh, I just had that yogurt from the Win. It was okay, but this food here, I just told you about with the Euro meat and the salad and the hummus. I give that probably almost a Jack on a scale of 2 through Ace. It was very enjoyable. The guy was nice. And what did you tip today, MW? Well, today was a really long day, but I actually did not play any poker, and I only played like 3 hours of table time. So obviously, I didn't tip anything. Who am I going to tip? I didn't even get any drinks from the waitresses. I think yesterday I probably tipped maybe $4 or $6 to the waitresses. I got a beer yesterday. I got some mint tea, which was really good. And I noticed that when I start getting frustrated, if I have something like a mint tea, it calms me down. It gives me something to do, so I'm not fidgeting and stuff. Because I want like everything right now. I want you to deal faster. I want you to talk faster. I want everything faster. I want it all right now, and it helps slow me down. That's why playing that Club WPT Gold also helps me out when I'm playing poker. I end up playing a lot less hands because I'm busy. I'm looking at I'm talking to the people at the table. I'm playing poker live, and I'm playing poker online, so it keeps my mind busy and helps out a lot. And what did you learn today, MW? Well, I learned that a lot of the things that I've been researching make a lot of sense, and they're probably doable. There's still fine-tuning to be done, but I was really happy with the experience that I had in Vegas, and it went a long way in understanding the statistics and stuff like that. And there'll be more to come. It might be a month or two, but there'll be more to come about that game when I finally finalize everything and figure everything out. So I do want to tell you guys, though, definitely keep your eyes open for things that other people would not even look at. Every little thing should be analyzed. And I remember reading on a website, this guy, he's an advantage player, and he found a game that was not an advantage, but there was a problem with the programming, so he was making money off it. So, try to do as much research as you can and try to understand the rules of every game. And there may be some stupid thing that they didn't think about that you thought about, and they didn't put it in the odds, and you just flat betting might be profitable for you. So anyway, talking too much, let's go return this pot-smelling car to the place, and let's get to the airport, and I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.